and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. For the 6th weekend in a row, thousands of Palestinians in Gaza have erupted into violent riots along the security border, clashing with I.D.F. troops. As we've seen in recent weeks, Palestinians used kites to fly in firebombs over the border and burn Israeli fields. Well, now, for the first time, the army has just launched airstrikes against a Hamas military site in the Strip in retaliation for these kite attacks. At this time, hundreds of Palestinians are said to have been injured in the latest rounds of clashes. The I.D.F., however, has just released some rather telling footage, in which supposedly injured Gazans can be seen faking their injuries. The video footage also accuses rioters of purposefully bringing small children dangerously deep into the fray. The Hamas-sponsored March of Return protest has been raging for nearly 6 weeks now, and the terror group originally claimed that these would merely be peaceful sit-ins. But Israel sees it as an obvious cover for terrorism, and has responded to countless attempts by Gazans to either destroy or breach the security barrier and infiltrate Israeli territory. Israel has faced intense criticism for its use of lethal force to contain these clashes, but a new ruling from Israel's High Court has just declared these clashes as an official state of war, meaning the typical laws governing human rights do not apply. At this time, over 40 Palestinians, including 2 teenagers and 2 journalists, have been killed by Israeli bullets. 6 Palestinians were actually just killed in an explosion, likely caused by their own explosive devices misfiring. With the protests set to coincide with the opening of the new United States Embassy in Jerusalem less than 10 days away, Israel is now bracing for what could be a very bloody showdown. Polling stations in Lebanon opened this morning for the first time in over 9 years, as ruling political parties have twice postponed elections citing violence in the region. Though most analysts believe the new government will largely resemble the old one, a new election law has allowed many newcomers and independents to put their name in the running. The sectarian power-sharing system in place essentially works by dividing positions and parliament along religious lines and not political ones. It's a system based on old demographic data, which does not account for nearly 250,000 Palestinians who are therefore denied both citizenship and voting rights. Still, first-time runners campaigning against dynasty political families and corruption are signaling a change in direction for Lebanon, challenging both Western-backed parties like that of Prime Minister Saad Hariri and religious extremist groups like Hezbollah. Hariri, who leads the biggest party bloc in parliament, has been losing support due to his temporary resignation and flight to Saudi Arabia, coupled with his questionable ties. Hezbollah, much to Israel's worry, is looking to gain even stronger presence in the government, targeting nearly a third of the parliament, which would give the terror group veto power over any law that stood in its way. The new United States Embassy in Jerusalem is now just over a week away from opening its doors, and Israel still doesn't know whether or not to roll out the red carpet for President Trump. The president reportedly surprised Israeli officials when he announced that he might attend in an offhand comment during a press conference with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. But since making that statement, neither the Prime Minister's office nor the Foreign Ministry have been updated as to Trump's plans to attend or not. As it stands then, the ribbon-cutting ceremony will be attended by over 1,000 dignitaries, including a 250-person delegation from the United States that will include Trump's aides/daughter and son-in-law Ivanka and Jared Kushner. President Trump has made no secret of the fact that he disapproves of the JCPOA nuclear deal with Iran. The American leader has threatened to withdraw from the deal by the end of the week, but without a plan B, it may not be as easy as it sounds. In a shocking reveal, we've just learned that President Trump actually hired a private Israeli intelligence firm in an effort to get dirt on some of the deal's chief American negotiators, 2 former Obama administration officials. Ben Rhodes and Colin Kahl, who personally advised President Obama and helped construct the terms of the nuclear deal with Iran, were apparently targeted by this Black Ops intel mission as far back as last year. Sources inside this operation say that the idea was to dig up dirt on the 2 advisors personally in order to publicly discredit them to the American people and thus justify Trump's expected pullout from the deal. At this time, the White House has made no comment on the matter. Still, news of this has been met with international outrage. One former British diplomat has called it simply outrageous to play dirty tricks like this on people simply doing their job and trying to negotiate what's best for the country. This comes at a time when the White House is scrambling for damage control in the wake of several scandals as well. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who recently joined the president's legal team, has made a not-so-subtle indicator that Trump fully intends to dismantle the nuclear deal no matter what. While giving a speech, he held up a sheet of paper symbolizing the deal, then ripped it apart and mocked spitting on it. Israel's Shin security service has just revealed new evidence against Palestinian student leader Omar al-Kiswani, whose arrest went viral after it was filmed and posted online in March. According to new reports, al-Kiswani is suspected of illegally receiving hundreds of thousands of euros from Hamas, with instructions to promote the terror organization on university campuses near Ramallah. The Shin is lauding Kiswani's arrest, saying that this new report is further evidence of the efforts by Hamas's command centers in Turkey and Gaza to accelerate terrorist activity, adding that Kiswani's arrest was preventing the recruitment and training of future Hamas operatives against Israel. Detractors, on the other hand, call the raid on campus a violation of international humanitarian law.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.